Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you a new way of building conversational AI agents. Up to this point, most solutions you see out there, regardless of the platform they were built, they are using what we call a single prompt agent. And whether they are a speech-to-speech system or a classical transcription, LLM and text-to-speech three-part system, we have system instructions in the LLM and the conversation will follow that instruction. In the last few months that the agent have evolved and now use tools like calendar, like appointment settings or CRM updates or any other custom functionality like sending emails or SMS messages, the model requirements have always been increasing, and for these ones to perform reliably, you need to use bigger models like GPT-4o or Gemini 2.0. But these models come at the cost of higher latency. And with the base GPT-4o model, which is the most common one, we might see latencies up to 1.5 seconds and even more if the call is happening over the phone network. Today, we're going to use Retell AI. And in their platform, we can see if we create an agent, we can select conversation flow. They have the options conversation flow, single prompt and multi-prompt. And for this one, we'll use the conversation flow agent. We have a demo agent here. And we're going to use Retell because they were one of the first platforms to offer the conversational flow design. The main philosophy behind this conversation flow system is to break down the conversation into several steps, and in each step the model will have to handle a smaller amount of instructions, thus leaving us with the option to choose smaller models like the GPT-4o mini or the Gemini 2.0 Flash, which are way faster than the bigger ones and reducing latency to even half than before. When we open the conversational AI agent in Retell, we see that their UI is a bit different than the single prompt, and they have a node-based, no-code filter here, where we can select and modify the system. On the left side, we have the node types. So we have 6 node types: the foundational conversation, the foundational conversation one, the functions, call transfer, digit press, logic split, and the ending. And on the right, we do have our global system prompt, which applies to all of the nodes in the entire conversation. We select our model, voice settings, and we also have the knowledge base, speech settings, call settings, and the post-call systems here. Now, let's briefly go over the node types. And the first one is conversation. And the conversation one has a prompt and transition. Now, if we select the prompt, this will be fed inside the model and produce, as we see here, and produce the actual text that the agent will speak. We can also set a static sentence. So whatever we write here, this will be said when we enter this node state without being dynamic. And we also have the transition. So this is the condition. So this is the condition that needs to happen in order for the flow to move on to the next node. And we can have multiple ones as well. So for example, if you have something like when we ask if this is the correct user that we want to speak with, they say yes or no. And depending on the answer, we will move accordingly. And this is the conversation flow. This is the conversation node. Next, we have the function node. And here we can have either one of the default functionalities with calendar using the cal.com app, or we can have a custom function, which is a webhook URL, and we can connect any type of workflow inside N8N or Make, which might be CRM updates, email responding, SMS texting, and any other thing that we might need. We can connect it to the function here. And we have 2 functions in this one. So one is availability checking, and the other one is appointment booking. And also we have the transition inside. We also have the transition inside here when to move on and to which node. After that, we have the call transfer, which again is the transfer as we know it up to this point. And we can have static. We can transfer the call to a static number, or we can have a dynamic route if we have multiple numbers or multiple agents, multiple human agents that can take calls. This also will be fed inside the LLM in order to select the appropriate number to route. And we also have the 2 options here to perform a cold or warm transfer. call transfer means that the agent passes the call without a debrief, and the warm transfer debriefs the agent first after transferring the call. And we can also display either the retail's number, the retail's agent number, or the user's phone number that is being called to. After that, we have the press digit functionality, and this is, where did it go? And this is I lost it. It's classical to IVR system. So if you have called a bank or a courier, most likely their systems will say press 1 if you wanna press 1 if you want to perform this function, press 2 for information, press 3 for another department, and this was mostly used in voice systems before the LLMs came around. But it is not recommended to use this because it makes the system robotic and really doesn't utilize the models. But you can if you prefer. We also have the logic split node, which basically is the transition part of the conversation one, but separate. So if you have a node let's say you have a complex node that has a list of possible outcomes. So if you have 5 or 6 different outcomes, and in this case you probably will have a complex prompt here. So you want to split them, and you don't want to have like a complex prompt with 6 options. And for better visibility, you might want to separate that out. And you can have like multiple as well here, multiple outputs as well. And the last one is the ending, which is the end call. And this just ends the call. And this one does not have a next node to continue to, because when we reach this, the call will be over at that point. Now, for this video, we have selected an example. So the configuration here is the agency that will use this agent runs some Facebook ads, and in those ads, the users, if they click on them, they will fill out a form. So they will fill out their personal information, and other than that, they can fill out their business information, like regarding, and this depends on what information does the agency want to gather. But in this case, we only have the personal information, so we have the name and the user email, which are the minimal amount of data needed for booking appointments. And we can see them. We do have test values here that we will do in a bit. So in all prompts, when you write something in double brackets, like the first name here, this is a user variable, and this comes from the call trigger, as we have. And in this case, the first name will be Alex, and the email, you will see later, will be alex@gmail.com. So the agent starts with the begin node, where we set the model, where we set the agent to speak first. We can also wait for the user to initiate. But since this will be used in an outbound, the agent will speak first. And after that, we have the welcoming node. So we ask if this is the username that we got from the form. So it either is the right user or it's not. If it is the right user, we continue the conversation with a flow. But if it's not the right user, we instruct the model to, could you let them know we called regarding the request for information. They can reach us at phone number, and we thank them and tell them have a nice day, and we're not waiting for a response, and we are ending the call. Now, in case it is the right user, we say something like, I see you recently filled a form about our Facebook ad services. Is now a good time to talk? And the other responds in a positive or negative way. So if yes, we continue, and if no, we have the option to, and if no, we instruct it to say, understand, this will only take a few minutes, or I can call you back. Which do you prefer? So in this case, they might change their mind and say, okay, it's a good time now. They might prefer a callback, or they decline entirely. So if they decline entirely, we cancel. We go to the end and say, okay, thank you for your time, and we end the call. If they prefer a callback, we break the flow, and we say, okay, give us a time that is good for callback, and we have a condition of the user confirms a callback time, and after that we greet them, we say basically goodbye, and we end the phone and we end the call. In this case, what we also gonna need to add some kind of CRM update, so we can update the entry in our CRM and have them and have instructions that show that we need to make another call at a specific time, so the people can actually make the call. Or we can have a system that checks the CRM and calls automatically again with the agent. And in the case that is a good time, so this one merges with the previous this will merge with the previous one, saying like it's a good time from the beginning, and we continue the conversation here. And we say, and this is the point where we'll start the pitch. So this one is very simple, and we say our agency helps businesses like yours reach more users by optimizing your meta ads, both in the creatives side and the configuration side. We can deliver the services because our team consists of meta ad manager experts and expert designers as well. How does that sound so far? And they might be interested or not. So if they are not interested at all, again we direct them to the end of the call. But if they show interest or have questions, we instruct them to book a call. So we say something like, awesome, would you like to book a call with our founder Antti to learn more about how we work on your account and how we expand your brand to deliver results? And again, they might or not be interested. And if they are not interested, again we direct it to the end call functionality. But if they are, we say we say something like, let me see what appointment slots are available, and after that we're checking for availability here, and here there is a loop. So when we check for availability, we might have available times or not. If in most cases we will have in 99% of the cases we will have availabilities, and the flow will go to this node where we say we have availability on the earliest date and time, we have a second date and time, and a third date and time. So which one works best for you? And they either choose a slot or none of them work. If none of the slots work, we ask the user to provide a new range of time that they are available. And when they provide a new range of time, then we go back to the check availability loop function node, and the loop closes here, where we check for availabilities on the user selected time. And if there are no availabilities, we ask them again to select a new time. But if they are, we go back to the okay. So these are the available slots in the system. And here one of them will work because the user actually selected these ones. And so in this case they will choose a slot where we respond with if that is their email. And this is the email that we got from the form, and we have it as a variable here. And the condition for transitioning to the next node here is if the user confirming their email. So they might confirm their email or they might change it to a new one. So after we have confirmed the user email, we go to the book appointment, and here this is the call functionality which books an appointment to our calendar. And when the appointment is booked, we respond to the user that the appointment has been booked and that they will receive an email confirmation. And if they have any more questions to ask, like they can ask them now. And if the user has no more questions, we exit the call by first saying thank you for the call, and we're excited to meet with you. This is our goodbye message. And after that, we're ending the call. Now, back to the appointment booking node. And if the booking is not successful, in this case, we inform the user that there was an error, and we'll transfer them to a live agent. Now, in a real scenario, because if the booking appointment fails, this will have to do something with the API call, and you should do a retry. So 2 or 3 times. I think 3 times maximum is the best one. And so inform the user that there was an error, and I'm going to try again, and then try again to book the information. And if if after 2 or 3 retries the appointment booking still fails, then move to the transfer call agent to transfer the call to a human, basically. And this was the conversational flow. It might seem daunting and big, but it's very basic and a simple one. And let's try to test this. So go to the test, and I'm going to test the audio.
Hey, this is Kate from Ad Breakers. Is this Alex? Nice to speak with you, Alex. I see you recently filled out a form about our Facebook ad services. Is now a good time to chat about it?
So let's try the testing. And
Hi, Alex?
Yep.
Nice to speak with you, Alex. I see you recently filled out a form about our Facebook ad services. Is now a good time to chat about it?
Yeah, I do have a few minutes.
Great. So, agency really focuses on helping businesses like yours reach more users by optimizing your meta ads, both in terms of the creatives and the configuration. We have a team of experts in meta ad management and design. How does that sound to you? Any questions or thoughts?
Yeah, okay. Sounds interesting.
Awesome. Would you like to book a call with our founder, Auntie? It's a great opportunity to learn more about how we can work on your account and expand your brand to deliver results. What do you think?
Is that necessary?
I totally get that. It's not necessary, but it can really help you understand our approach better. Auntie can provide insights tailored to your needs. Would you be open to scheduling a quick call?
Yeah, why not?
Great. Check the available appointment slots for you. Just a moment, please. Okay, how does tomorrow at 2 p.m. or Thursday at 10 a.m. sound?
I cannot do this week. Starting next week, something like that.
Got it. So, let me know what days and times work for you starting next week. That way I can find a good slot for you.
Next Monday.
Okay, so next Monday works for you. Can you give me a specific time range that you're available? Like morning or afternoon?
In the morning works better.
Got it. So just to confirm, you're available next Monday morning. Can you give me a specific time range, like from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. or something like that?
Whenever it works for you.
Okay, so just to confirm, you're available next Monday morning. Can you let me know a specific time, like 9 a.m. and 11 a.m.? That way I can book it for you.
Yeah, that works.
All right. We have availability next Monday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Would you prefer 9 a.m., 10 a.m.? Is there a specific time that works best for you within that range?
10 a.m. Yeah.
Perfect. So let's reserve that time for 10 a.m. next Monday. I have your email as alex@gmail.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's my email.
I've booked your appointment for next Monday at 10 a.m. At the scheduled time, just click the link in the confirmation email to join the session. Do you have any questions about that?
Do I have to do some prep work or something?
Need to do any specific prep work, but it might help to think about your goals and any questions you have. That way you can make the most of the session. I've booked your appointment. At the scheduled time, simply click the link in the confirmation email to join the session. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Perfect. We're excited to meet with you, Alex. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day.
Okay, and then the call, and we go to the calendar. We can see, so today is April 14, and next Monday we have a meeting at 10 a.m. in the morning, and like this 5 p.m. was from a previous test. Let's delete that. And yeah, so we have the information, alex@gmail. And that seems to work. So as you saw, during the test, the system was showing in which state was by having some animations with dashed lines around the nodes, and when it was transitioning to the next ones, it was showing, and we could see live on what state conversation was located at the moment. So this was the build, and the only thing that remains for the deployment of these is if you click deployment, give it a name, so version 0, and you need to select the phone number if you will connect it to a phone number, or you can have only doing web calls. And for the phone numbers, we're going to select an outbound, and you will add one here. So I do have a phone number, but it's connected to another agent, and you would have, I think it won't let me deploy. Yeah. So that was, and that one, and this one is actually live in that number. That was the agent build up, and some other information is that I forgot to mention is the cost is at 7.5 cents per minute, which comes roughly to, how much is it? 0.076. that is $4.5 per hour, and that's per hour of the agent speaking. So this would be something like 2 or 3 hours of human work, and the latency goes roughly to the 800 to 850 milliseconds of latency. And we have for this one, yeah, we do use the ElevenLabs Flash 2.5 along with the GPT-4o Mini. Yep. So that was today's build, and the agent will be available in the link in the video description. So Retell allows you to export and import agents. So it will be a JSON file, so you can modify it. You can start with it as a template, and you can extend it and modify it as you want for your own business. If you liked the build, drop a like below. And if you have any questions or requests for new videos, you can write them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one.